Welcome in. Today, you and I are going on a deeply personal, intimate journey to uncover the breathtaking, vibrant reality of our future home. For so many of us, the afterlife is just shrouded in mystery, and if we're being completely honest, a whole lot of misunderstanding. But the truth about what actually awaits us is far more magnificent and far more real than anything we could possibly dream up on our own.
So let's be totally honest for a second. When you think about eternity, do you ever secretly wonder, will it just be kind of boring? We all feel a very real earthly weariness. Life down here is just exhausting sometimes. And because of that, there's this really common fear that eternity might just be an endless, uninteresting church service where we sit around forever, or that we're gonna just float quietly on clouds playing harps with absolutely nothing to actually do.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the profound contrast between our current fleeting earthly moments and the complete overflowing joy God actually intends for us. You know, on earth, even our absolute happiest moments are temporary. They're always mixed with a baseline of worry, pain, or that quiet little fear of losing what we love. But heaven removes all of that completely. It is the absolute fullness of joy, not just temporary relief, but total overflowing peace.
First things first, we've got to completely dispel this myth of a formless, ghost-like existence. God is preparing a beautifully tangible, physical world for us. The capital of this new earth is called the New Jerusalem. It is a monumental, breathtaking city descending from above, perfectly designed by the Creator. And honestly, the most beautiful part? It is completely free from any history of corruption or evil. There will not be a single trace of decay, injustice, or the pain of our past.
Just think about this measurement for a second. 1,380 miles high. I want to pause here and speak slowly, just to let the sheer, shocking scale of this city sink in. That is literally the equivalent of stacking Mount Everest on top of itself 250 times. Just imagine the gravity-defying, breathtaking architecture designed by the Creator himself. We're talking about an environment built by the very author of beauty.
And imagine the tangible wonders we are actually going to experience there. Picture majestic nature with the crystal-clear river of life, brilliant architecture and flawless city streets made of pure gold. We're going to explore perfected global nations with rich cultures, walking alongside beloved kings. We'll even enjoy real food, tasting fruit from the tree of life, and sitting down together to magnificent, joyful banquets. Your senses will be fully, brilliantly alive.
Beyond the physical environment, listen to this deeply empathetic promise about our daily lives. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or sorrow or crying or pain. Really think about the profound, overwhelming relief of living in a society with zero hospitals, zero police stations, zero theft, and absolutely zero anxiety about tomorrow. Every single tear you have ever cried in the dark will be gently wiped away by God Himself. Take a moment and just let the beauty of that completely sink in.
Now this brings us to one of the most personal, desperate questions we carry with us in our grief. When we finally get there, will we recognize our loved ones? Will we know each other?
The beautiful, comforting answer to that is a resounding yes. Real reunions, perfected relationships, your unique identity, your personality, and your precious memories are completely, fully preserved. We will experience joyful reunions with parents, grandparents, and friends. We are going to build deep, eternal friendships, utterly free from any betrayal, jealousy, or misunderstanding.
And listen, we absolutely will not be bored. Think about the difference between our earthly exhaustion and our heavenly purpose. Down here, work so often leads to stress, failure, or just complete burnout. But there, we will be given authority, creative projects, and deeply meaningful work. We were originally designed to build, lead, and serve, and in heaven, that purpose is perfected. It will never result in exhaustion, only deep, fulfilling joy.
This right here is the true emotional climax of our journey. The fullness of God means living directly in the unhindered, infinite presence of the Creator. Right now, our prayers can sometimes feel a bit limited, right? God can sometimes feel distant when we're in pain. But imagine the unimaginable awe of finally seeing Him face to face, looking directly into the eyes of the one who painted the galaxies and breathed life right into your lungs.
The crucial thing to understand is that God isn't just loving. He is the literal source of all love, all joy, and all peace. Because He is the source, standing directly in His light means you will feel pure love and perfect peace vibrating through your very being, without any limits whatsoever. When we compare our limited earthly understanding to God's infinite reality, we realize something so beautiful about heavenly worship. It is absolutely not going to be some forced, repetitive activity that we just endure. It will be a completely natural, joyous celebration that flows effortlessly from continually discovering God's boundless beauty and His infinite grace.
Now, as we take in this incredible vision, I have an urgent, deeply loving plea for you. This perfect home is actively calling out to you. Jesus made this incredibly intimate promise. I am going there to prepare a place for you. I really want you to hear that. This isn't just some distant, abstract theological concept for other people. This is a customized, promised home. He is personally preparing a place right now with you in mind.
But we do have to be gentle and honest about a very serious dilemma here. A perfect place, a world entirely devoid of sin, pain, and crying, simply cannot admit our earthly brokenness. If our earthly mistakes, our pride, and our corruption were allowed to enter, it would simply ruin this perfect world all over again.
But here is the breathtaking news. The ultimate price has already been paid for you. Jesus stepped in. He came down, lived the perfect life that we couldn't, and took the punishment for our brokenness upon Himself on the cross. Out of pure, unrelenting love, He is offering you an entirely free, completely unearned ticket to this perfect existence.
So here is exactly how you accept that free ticket to heaven right now. It is incredibly simple and it's beautiful. First, just acknowledge your need for forgiveness. We all fall short, every single one of us. Second, accept Jesus' sacrifice on your behalf, trusting that He paid your debt completely. And third, receive His Spirit as your guarantee, surrendering the control of your life over to Him.
The choice is entirely yours, but His arms are wide open. Where will you choose to spend eternity? Will you move closer to the source of all love or further away? Please, secure your incredible eternal home today before it's too late. Thank you so much for walking through this beautiful promise with me.